Hi guys, it's Stacy from Clothes Live On and welcome to my new backdrop. If you follow me on Instagram, Clothes Live On, all one word, you would know if you see my posts or my stories that I branded my closet. I have a totally new backdrop. I've only used it for this so far, but I did get like new stuff for my light box for photographing shoes also. So it seemed like the perfect time to film a video about branding your closet, since that is something that I have done for myself. How it looks here is actually entirely how it looks in my photos. I hang my items on a ladder and I like to get at an angle so you're getting like a lot of the wall. I'm very proud of how my photos look. I love the way my closet is coming together and I'm going for a unique look. So if that's something that you are going for in your closet, then you have found the right video. So just to discuss, I think that it's important or something to strive to have a unique look. When people are scrolling through their feed, I love it when I can see someone's photo and know instantly without even reading the closet name that it's theirs. So a couple people that come to mind that were inspirations for me in terms of wanting to brand my closet are Voyage is a Verb. She has a really beautiful, simplistic, but recognizable photo setup. She photographs her items on her concrete floor outside next to plants, and basically anyone knows that that's her style, that's her look. It's amazing. She gets her lighting down too. So she's one person who inspired me. And then my friend Emily H. Munn also inspires me for this. She has a wall that she photographs on. It's like a teal wall and she put some things around it. And it's also a unique look. If I see her photo pop up, I know it's her. She does model a lot of her stuff, but she also takes hanger photos. And it's just really easy to know that that photo is hers. And with that comes me stepping away from using stock photos. I think stock photos are a good way to have a really clean look and a cohesive look in your closet, but you're not going to brand it well. Your photos are going to, you know, kind of like blend in with everyone else's because a lot of people use stock photos, and then you have the potential of your listing getting taken down if the company decides to do a copyright strike on you with Poshmark. They have copyrights to the photos, so they are completely allowed to tell Poshmark that they want your listing taken down, and Poshmark will remove it. I've used stock photos for quite a while, and I will say I think I've only had listings taken down like once or twice, so it didn't happen very often. I never had a Lululemon taken down, but I've heard of that brand coming after resellers the most. So just in general, I advise caution when using stock photos because you don't own the rights to those photos, so the company can get your listing taken down. I've never heard of it going any further than just removing a listing. But yeah, that's obviously not what you want. You put in work in creating listings. So I've always wanted to have a setup where I didn't feel the need to use stock photos, but I didn't really like the way my setup was looking enough to have that be my cover photo. You want your cover photo to be light and bright and captivating and really like showcase your item. So that's the first thing that you're going for. So like I said, light and bright. I recommend getting something a lighter color. It makes your items pop better. So I did go with like a lighter wallpaper and a lighter ladder color here, so that it really like brings all the attention on the item. It's more appealing visually to have something that's light and bright. So that's one thing that you want to go for, is keep that in mind. White or a very light neutral color is the best. But like I said before, my friend Emily, she does use like a teal wall, so you definitely can do a color, but I recommend doing something like white and bright over a color. It can clash with your items. That's kind of the idea of that. So next, I would say you don't really want to be pulling your inspiration directly from other Poshmark sellers. Like I said, these users made me feel like I wanted to have a closet that stands out, but I didn't use either of them for what I was going to do for myself. If you're pulling from people on Poshmark directly, other sellers and what their setup is, it takes away from that like unique aspect that you're going for if you're essentially just copying someone else's photographs, or like even copying them a little bit and altering some things. Like, you definitely want something that's completely unique and completely your own, so that your closet stands out from other ones. So I think these people can be good goals for, you know, ideas kind of thing, but you don't want to be trying to replicate what they do. And I think they are good ways to get tips too. So like, Voyage is a Verb does flat lays and she does them beautifully, and she really like is good at making them look so how they'll lay on the body, so you still get an idea of how they'll be worn. Versus like Emily, I'm gonna keep going back to those two, does either modeling or hanger photos. I do hanger photos. So yeah, like whatever your style is going for, that's something to keep in mind too, for like who you might want to see does things a certain way, and that can help you figure out at least how you want to showcase your items, if you want to be modeling them, flat laying them, putting them on a hanger, whatever. So that's the first thing, is you want to decide kind of how you want to do that. And then how I came up with my background is I went on Pinterest and I pulled inspiration from Pinterest. I believe I might have even just searched like clothing display. And that is how I decided on doing a ladder. So I didn't pull from anyone's Poshmark. I think it was maybe like a store setup, or I'm not sure where the photo was from, or if it was from a blog. I didn't really like click on where it was from. I just saw the picture itself. So the picture was items were hung on a hanger and then they were on a ladder. The ladder was different than how I ended up doing my ladder. Their ladder was made out of like bed posts, like thin bed posts. It was a really cool ladder, but again, I'm going for my own thing. I'm taking inspiration, not copying. I think that's a really big key, and branding is that you want it to be your own. So I can never tell you like 100% what you want to do, because what you want to do should be unique to you. But that's where I found inspiration. I recommend that you can do that too. Go on Pinterest, kind of browse what people are doing to display clothing, to try to make sure it's not Poshmark or eBay or whatever. I would prefer to get inspiration from bloggers or stores or anything like that, how they are displaying their clothing, and then you can get inspiration that way. So that made me decide on the ladder. This picture that I took inspiration from, they used a ladder and they had a red brick wall behind them, and I loved the look of that. I loved the look of a ladder with a brick wall behind it and the clothes hung on that. So what I ended up doing was my husband custom made me this ladder. It is an 8-foot tall ladder, and the rungs are 2 feet wide each. So it can really like get the whole length of the clothing item on it. And yeah, like I said, it's 8 feet. So he custom built this for me, and then I painted it myself. So I stained it, and then I painted it white over that, a few coats of white, and then I distressed it. I don't even know if the distressing really picks up in my pictures, but in person, it's beautiful. I love the distressing. I think I like it way more than if I had just made it like a stark solid white. The distressing, to me, in person at least, really pops out. It makes me happy to see it every time. And I will say, if you have a branding for your closet that you love, you are going to be so much more inspired to photograph your items, get rid of your death pile, list more. I have been listing way more this week than I was like for the whole month of March. So that's been great for me too, is having like something that I'm proud to showcase makes me want to do more work. So there's another fun fact for that. And then the other thing, since I was inspired by brick, and I did look at a few other ladder display pictures just to get an idea of what sort of ladder I wanted for myself too. But the brick is just peel and stick wallpaper. I do live in an apartment where I can't change the walls, so I needed something that was easy to put up but also going to be easy to remove when I move, because this is not my forever home. So this is peel and stick wallpaper. It's almost sort of like contact paper, where when I'm done with it I can take it off the wall. It's just like a sticker. I was like sticking it like on and off a bunch of times as I put it up to try and get it to look how I wanted it to look. So I can confirm that it's gonna come off my wall. At least it was then. I hope it comes off my wall as easily when I want to permanently take it off. So yeah, that's the solution for me. So this is new wallpaper. It's in you wallpaper. And they have a bunch of different looks. They have like wood looks. So if you are in an apartment like me and you're not allowed to change your wall color, because I have this like weird taupey brown kind of wall color that I was using for my pictures. I just had like a hook on the wall, so you would see my wall color, and I think it would photograph different at different times of day too. Like sometimes it looked lighter in color and sometimes it looked darker in color, and I found that this photographs more consistently to look the same, which again is important. So if you live in an apartment, I highly recommend getting peel and stick wallpaper. Even if you live in a home and you don't want to like fully change your wall, peel and stick wallpaper has been great. I got 2 rolls of it to do the length of the wall that I needed. It was a lot of research ahead of time. I measured my walls and then I looked at how much you get in a roll to decide what I needed. So that's something to factor. Again, you don't have to be doing this. If you find like you want to paint your wall to be a certain color, you can do that. If you want to use like a clothing rack to display your stuff, I think there's a ton of different ways you can do it, but you want to find something that's unique, that you don't see a lot of other people doing, and that is true to yourself. So this felt really authentically me also. I didn't feel like I was trying to be someone that I'm not. Like I said, I'm very excited to photograph my stuff with this setup. So if you find something that excites you and you're like, wow, I can't wait to take pictures of my stuff with this setup, I think you are definitely on the right track. As for my shoe setup, I'm still sort of in the process of figuring that out. I bought 2 replica surfaces. They are a newer company. They are going around in the reseller community a lot, so I think it's definitely less of a unique aspect that I'm getting for myself, but I love the look of them. She does a bunch of different looks, anywhere from like wood to concrete to marble. So I got the white marble ones to photograph my shoes on, and they're non-reflective too, which is a really important thing when you are reselling stuff. You don't want like a glare in your pictures. And I think I'm looking for something still that I'm gonna kind of add into the picture to give it a pop and something more unique than just the white marble. But I am still undecided on that. I'm still like racking my brain for how I want to do that. But again, I'm looking for something that's unique and true to myself. I'm gonna stick with my closet. And then the other thing I do is I've had these for a while, but I have a hanger with my closet name on it. I think it is cute. It's simplistic, but you know, it keeps it branded very much. I only have the one on this hanger, not my pants hanger right now. I actually ordered one for my pants hanger and it never got delivered, so I just recently reordered it. But I like this. And then if anyone ever tries to take my pictures, my closet name is on the hanger, so you're gonna know that these were actually my pictures. So that's another like positive aspect to me of having this here. And I've seen a lot of people who get the metal ones with their closet name kind of over here. That's not my preference, but it's totally fine if it's yours. I just feel like when you hang your item on the hanger, it ends up covering up this part, versus when it's up here, you still see it in the pictures. It's not covered up by the item. So that is why I prefer this. And I just got my hanger at the Container Store, and then I applied this myself. It's really easy, and it was pretty cheap to get the vinyl. I got it on Etsy if you are interested in doing something like that. But yeah, for the most part, that's how I brand my stuff. You are totally welcome to check out my Poshmark closet down below. Sort by just in, because I do kind of like mix my items up. So if you sort by just in, you can see my new picture setup. Use that to maybe thoughtfully start thinking about how you want to brand your closet. But that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys liked it and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel by clicking the red button down below if you are not already subscribed. If you have any further questions about branding your closet, let me know in the comments down below and I will definitely reply to you as best I can. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.